Hey, Melissa Hostetler here with GO-180 Fitness. This is for my friend who's had some trouble with plantar fasciitis, still in that acute phase. This is that daily exercise that I want her to do for a few weeks while we're doing some additional training at the gym. So what you need is just a 6-foot rope or belt, something that is a tie that's not flexible. You don't want anything stretchy. You want it to be firm. And I want to give credit to Kay Warren, who's the therapist that actually uses these exercises. She's got some good materials. Go ahead and put it around the ball of the foot. We're going to start on the left side. And initially, you do not want tension through the hands. You want all the work to be done by the foot itself. So I'm going to lift the foot up with the muscles of my shin, through the ankle, through the foot, lift it and hold, and then I'm going to add a little tension with my hands and push down a tiny bit with my foot. And really I'm just doing like a 10% pull and a 10% push for stability. So my foot is held in that nice lifted position. This is not a yanking and stretching at this time. We're going to hold that for about 10 seconds, which is the equivalent of about 2 breaths. So this is a great time to practice your diaphragmatic breathing, taking that breath in where you're expanding the rib cage, getting that full breath in, slowly breathing it out through pursed lips. When we get to the third breath and you get to the exhale, as you exhale, I want you to relax the muscles of the leg and the foot and pull with the hands only. So as you're exhaling, you're lifting by pulling, holding that stretch. Again, we're going to hold this for about 7 to 10 seconds, so 2 full breaths in, exhale out slowly, taking another breath in, exhale out slowly, then relax completely. That's our first set. We're going to do that set 3 times. So here we go with the next one again. Lift with the foot itself, pulling tightly, counterbalance with about 10% pressure with the hands, holding that foot stable, 2 full breaths. If you're doing this on your own, you do it through a couple times, you should be able to follow this pretty fast and pretty easy. With our next breath, we're taking our inhale. As we exhale, release the tension of the muscles and pull firmly and steadily with the hands to get that deeper stretch. Trying to retrain these muscles a little bit. Good. Again, we're holding this for 2 breaths. Find your breaths there. After your 2 full breaths, then you're going to release that foot 1 more time. Again, lift the foot by the power of the foot and the leg, not the hands. Add a little tension with the hands. Take a little push down with the foot so you've got that counter tension. Hold for 2 full breaths. We're going to hold that, again, 7 to 10 seconds. When you get to the 3rd breath, that big inhale, as you exhale, release the muscles of the foot, pull with the hand to get that stretch, and hold this stretch for 2 breaths. So we're not using weight, we're not doing it off the curve with all of our body weight or anything like that. We're slowly retraining those muscles without a lot of pressure put directly on the plantar fascia, which we don't want to irritate any further right now. Good. After your 2 breaths, release that. Now, for this same foot, we're going to do a lifting and a lowering. So I'm going to take tension in. I'm going to flatten my foot down. I'm going to bring it up, hold a little extra at the top for a few seconds. Again, push down with pressure, pull up with pressure, have both pressure of the foot and the hands. Give that little extra pull at the top. Good. Push down with pressure. We're doing this 5 times. Pull up, give that little extra at the top, keeping that tension. Number 4, down, pull up. And number 5, down and pull up. Good. We're going to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. This video is a little bit long, but it makes it easy for her to follow along with it. So our next set is the same. We're going to lift the toes, no tension in the hands. Lift that foot as high as you can. Add about 10% pull, 10% push with the foot. Hold for 2 breaths. When you get to that 3rd breath, as you do your exhale, you're going to release the muscles of the foot and pull all with the hands. Make sure that you keep in good alignment. You should be pulling the toes right towards the shin, and they should be aligned with the knee, which is aligned with the hip. So keep good alignment while you're doing this. We're holding this for 2 breaths. And on your 3rd breath, you're going to let it go completely. So our sequence, number 2, we lift the toes, find that tension, a little bit of push, a little bit of pull, about 10%. Your breaths. You should already be Getting ready to start your second breath. With your third breath, as we exhale, taking all the work out of the muscles of the foot and ankle, taking it into the hands, holding that stretch. With your third breath then, you're going to release, and we're doing this one more time. So lift the foot, no tension in the hands, add that little bit of tension, hold that there, 10% push down, 10% pull up. Again, 2 full breaths. Get ready to move into my second breath. With your third breath, as you exhale, release the work of the foot and ankle. Make it all about the hands, pulling that stretch. Again, holding for 2 breaths. When you get to the third breath then, you're going to release that down. With this next one, we get that tension between the foot and the hands. Keep that band taut. You're going to lift. When you get to the top, a little extra. But keep the tension, so I'm still pushing down the whole time. Good. Lift, a little extra. So we're just trying to get a little more flexibility, and we're going to do 5 raise and lower. This is number 3. Keeping that tension. No jerking. Everything's very smooth. I think this is number 4. Might be doing 1 extra. And number 5. Excellent. Okay. That's the first 2 sets of 4. Last one looks just like it, except we're going to be seated on the floor. Extend that leg. Again, strap goes around the ball of the foot. Just lift the base of the toes. Start by initiating your muscle work through the foot and the shin, not through the hands. Then add that 10% tension, a little bit of push to the foot, a little bit of pull on the band. Hold that for 2 breaths. By this time, you should be ready to start your third breath. Same thing. When you get into that exhale of the third breath, you're going to release all the muscles through here and allow the foot to be pulled up by the hands. So all the work goes into the hands. We're going to hold this for 2 breaths. Don't rush these breaths. Take your time on the third breath. Release. Reposition if you need to. Again, initiate. Toes are coming towards the shin. Then I add a little bit of a tension, a little bit of a downward push. Hold that stable position for 2 full breaths. It's not very creative, but it is effective. On your third breath, when you take that exhale, release the muscles of the foot and the shin. Allow the hands to do all the work. Hold that stretch. Again for 2 breaths. So what we're doing is we're stretching the gastrocs and the soleus. We're stretching our main muscles here that often are tight right down into the Achilles and affect the ankle a lot. Excellent. Release that. 1 more set. Again, lift the toes. Get a little counter tension, a little push, a little pull. Hold that stable position. Always slowly breathe out through pursed lips. When you get to that third breath, you're going to inhale. With your exhale, release the muscles of the foot. Use the hands to pull towards you. Hold that. You feel the fatigue of the muscle, even though we're doing minimal. All right, with your third breath, you release that. This is very similar. Take tension up. You got a push-pull going on. You're going to extend the foot. Keep that tension. Bring it all the way back. When you get to the top, a little extra pull. We're going to do 5 of those. Number 2. Always take that little extra second at the top. Keep great alignment. As your foot pulls up, don't let it be flying into the inside or the outside. Good. Number 4, keep that steady tension the whole way, even as you point your toe. And as you bring it back, get that little extra pull at the top. Number 5. Good. Going right over to the other side. You can guess what we're doing. This is our last set. So start by lifting the toes. It's all about the foot first. Then add a little tension with the hands. And go ahead and get about a 10% push to 10% pull. Just holding that foot stable. You're getting your 2 full breaths in. When you get to that 3rd breath, as you do your exhale, release the muscles of the foot. Take all the work into the hands, pulling the toes towards the shin. Holding this for 2 breaths as well. When we get to that 3rd breath, we release fully and start again. Start by lifting the toes. Toes come towards the shin. Add that little counter pressure. Hold that foot stable. This is not heavy pull yet. Holding this spot for 2 breaths. When we get to the 3rd breath, as you get to your exhale, release the muscles of the foot and the shin. Pull strong and steady towards you with your hands. All the work goes into the arms. Make sure you keep great posture during this time. Hold on to that for 2 breaths. Excellent. When you get to that 3rd breath, release. We have 1 more. This is number 3. Bring the toes towards the shin. Add that slight tension, 10% push, 10% pull. Hold that stable position. 2 full breaths. When you get to that 3rd breath, take that big inhale. As you exhale, release all the muscles of the foot and the shin. Pull strongly with the hands. Get that stretch. It's all in the arms. Good. We're doing 2 breaths here. When you get to that 3rd breath, you're going to release fully. Go ahead and take up tension. You want tension between the hands and the feet as you push out, fully extending the foot. Then bring it up tight. When you get to that top, a little extra pull. Slow and steady, no jerking, but a little extra pull. Keep that tension all the way down as you point the toes for number 2. You might hear some cracking and popping in your foot, like I do mine. It's like cracking your knuckles as you work through those joints. Extend for number 3. Again, every time you get to the top, add a little extra pull. Good. Number 4, bringing it all the way back. And number 5. Excellent. We're doing some other therapies that help massage and release through the foot and the ankles, as recommended by Kay Warren, just a couple times a week. But this is your daily MET exercises, super important for the first few weeks. I'll see you at the gym.